Everybody, I'm Daikon, and I'm here with some Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. I just want to spend this one episode just talking mostly about the presentation of the game, because as a Dragon Ball fan, since I was, a wee lad, a tiny little Saiyan, still with his tail, um, I've been a Dragon Ball fan since I was young enough, since I was young enough to remember. So like, the presentation in this game is just fan service out the wazoo, and there's just so much to talk about and show off that we're just gonna have a whole video about it. So let's first and foremost let's talk about this, and then in future videos we'll get into some actual combat. But for now, just look at this. Look at it. Look at it. Would you look at it? Let's get started. Nobody cares about options. All these videos always talk about the options. Nobody cares about that. I'm not going to show you that stuff. I'm going to show you the cool stuff. Now, I have already played through a lot of the episodes for the story mode, but I'm going to go and restart the whole thing later so we can do the whole story mode together from start. But you'll notice that I have some stuff unlocked, and I have a couple of the episodes done for Goku at the very least. Now look at these menus, man. Like, just look at the freaking menus. This stuff is awesome. Like, look how alive it is. It's so freaking cool. And like I said, as a Dragon Ball fan, if you've watched the show, like you will notice all of the little nods and things to the show in here. Like, if you wait around long enough,
I motion that we ask Miss Bulma to cook something for us.
they'll actually start talking. And Goten will start talking to Trunks, and it's super cool stuff.
Okay, see you around. Hey!
And every single one of them is different. And they all incorporate different characters. And I mean, in a game with 180 characters, you might as well show them off. But this is super cool. And like I said, in each one of these screens, they will actually talk to each other. And you'll hear different voice lines. And they're all voice acted.
See ya!
As you can see, I have that red exclamation point up there. That means I have something new to check out. Just a regular notification. Check all that stuff out later.
See ya! Goku!
And here's where you buy all of your, power-ups
Takes me
and
back
new
to when we were just
characters,
kids.
new outfits. Because every character, not every character, but a lot of the main characters have multiple outfits, especially the ones that are in the story
Right?
mode.
Takes me back to when we were just kids.
Now watch this. When you leave this page, watch how charming this crap is.
Okay, see ya!
Like, if you've watched the show, you know Roshi's like that. So
Great to see you.
him hiding that magazine behind that book about cars is just perfect. It's just so in his character.
Oh, that's cool! A picture of yourself as a decoration?
And this encyclopedia mode is really neat. Let's look at this.
Who could that be?
Like I said, I don't want to get into any of the gameplay stuff in this episode. I just want to show you some of the cool things, some of the nods, and some of the little, bits and pieces that really make this game special for a Dragon Ball fan. And of course, you've got this massive roster. It's just gargantuan, 180 characters. I don't remember how many characters Budokai Tenkaichi 3 had, but it was a lot. It might have been more than this, because you had Arale in there, and you had a lot of no-name guys in there. But this roster is definitely special. I didn't think we'd ever see a roster like this again. Budokai Tenkaichi 3 spoiled us, but this game is trying really hard to spoil us too. So it's fantastic. And plus, with this one, you get all the super characters, you get GT characters, you get the movie characters. It's fantastic. Great roster. Everybody feels like they play different, even though the controls in this game are rather simple. There are some very difficult things to learn in this game which is probably the reason I still suck at it. But there's a lot to see and a lot to do here, and it really is a Dragon Ball fan's dream. As you can see, they actually made the Great Apes big again, so everything is the size it's supposed to be. The Great Apes are Great Apes, and they're fantastic, and they're super cool. All of the giant characters are big. As you see here, Harudagarn's big. It's awesome. The game just looks great. But anyway, encyclopedia mode. This mode right here, if you see on the side over there, you've got Bulma, Chi-Chi, and Videl all sitting there. If you hit X, which you see down at the bottom that says Girl Talk, they will actually talk about the character and give you a little bit of info about them. Let's go to Turles, one of my favorite bad guys. Love this movie. If you've never seen Tree of Might, go watch it. It was the movie that made me a Dragon Ball fan, and I've been a Dragon Ball fan ever since. Turles is so cool. So let's see what the girls have to say about him.
This Saiyan bully looks just like Goku, but they're not even remotely related to each other.
So he's like the shadow to Goku? Well, don't confuse them and accidentally give this creep a hug.
He may look like Goku on the outside, but he's rotten to the core on the inside.
Haha, because he eats a fruit? Is that a reference? Maybe, probably not. I'm probably looking too deep into it. But I plan on doing a video for every single one of these characters eventually. And as you can see, like the girls over there, they'll just have like a little fun chat about each individual character.
Krillin scored himself a gorgeous wife.
I wonder if cyborgs like her and her brother age after they've been mechanically altered. Guess only time will tell.
Does that mean 18 will be young and beautiful forever?
A wife who's young forever. What more could a guy dream of?
She went from being one of our most hated enemies to being a fellow protector of the planet. Crazy how things change, huh?
There's just so much to do and see here for a Dragon Ball fan, man. Like it's so great. I mean, even just in
Hi,
this
Goku.
presentation,
Great
like
to see you.
we're not even talking about the game yet. Just in the presentation, it's just a wealth of
Sure, I'll catch you guys
fun
again.
stuff. Now this
Yo,
part's cool.
How you been?
I didn't know anything about this until I actually started playing the game, but these Dragon Balls, you can get these Dragon Balls and make wishes, and if you collect these Dragon Balls through different challenges as you play the game regularly and as you do
What do
story
you
mode
usually
and things
spend
like
your
that,
time doing, Dende?
you unlock these Dragon Balls, and if you get all 7 Dragon Balls, you get to make a wish to its respective Shinron. And those wishes can be
what do
unlockable
I
characters, it can be unlocking costumes, it can
Do
be
you have a
giving
wish
you
you'd
more
like to
Zenny, more money, bunch of different stuff. It's cool. Like, the Dragon Balls actually have a purpose in this game. It's really neat, and I get excited every time I get close.
still
And as
do
you can
this
see,
right.
I'm pretty close to the 7 for Shinron, so we got some cool stuff coming.
See ya!
So here's your main game mode. Episode battle is your main story mode.
Let's
Click
take
on
a
that.
peek, shall we, Lord Beerus?
Now what's different with this story mode from a lot of other fighting games is that your characters are split up into each of their own individual story modes. So you're not going back and forth between characters throughout the entire story. You're more like doing all of Goku's fights throughout the story. Then you're doing all of Vegeta's fights throughout the story. All of Gohan's fights, all of Piccolo's fights, all of Frieza's, all of Goku's blacks, blah 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 blah. You basically play through their show fights, but you play only that character's fights, and then you go to the next character and see their perspective from their story. It's neat. Story mode's a little lacking in the cutscene department. You know, it's got that whole still frame slideshow feel to it. Kinda lacking, but the characters are fully voiced. The narrator is not. That would have given it a big, oomph, a big boost, but there is no voice acting for the narrator here. Wish it was. Rest in peace to the original American voice actor for Dragon Ball. He just died like a few days ago. He would have been great here. Absolutely fantastic. But it's still really fun. Some of the fights are really brutal. Some of them are really easy. But, it's a lot of fun. And the way they did it, where they split it up into each individual characters instead of forcing you to play a specific character for each fight, a lot of fun, because you can just say, I don't want to play Goku today. I want to play Vegeta. Let's play the Vegeta storyline. It's cool stuff. We will definitely get into the story mode from the beginning in a later video.
Hey!
Now these custom battles are a little bit different.
Goten,
These are kind
get
of
a load
cool.
of this.
So these custom battles are battles that never happened or could never have happened in the Dragon Ball universe, and you get to make them. So basically you choose the characters for the fights, and I believe you can even change the text for them, so you create your own stories. And then you can upload those battles to the World Library, which will let you play other people's, and you can, other people can play yours. And what's really cool about it is that there's actually a few already here. And if you look at it, you've got stuff that obviously never happened and obviously never would have happened. And if you click on one, so see, this is adult Gohan versus, yeah, adult Gohan versus Turles. So it's super cool. Like, that never could have happened because Turles, you know, Gohan was just a kid when Turles showed up in Tree of Might. So these are battles made by the actual company, by Bandai, and put into the game just so you can try them out. But it's all kinds of stuff that would never happened, and it's just really neat. And if you click over on the World Library, you can actually play other people's. And these are battles that were made by other players. So this is super neat. Like, what is this here? This is Yajirobe, probably against some ridiculous fight. Yeah, so Yajirobe versus Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, overpowered Jiren, Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta. Just, dude, look at this. Like, this is the kind of stuff that you get, and it's neat. Some of them pose a challenge, some of them are super easy. And like I said, I'm pretty sure you get, I haven't actually tried any, but I'm pretty sure you get to add your own text and your own stories and things to make them actually feel like an episode of Dragon Ball. Super cool, super neat. I can't wait to dive into these. We're going to do some of these on episodes too, so get ready for that. Should be fun. Going to be a lot of madness in those. And of course, you've got all of the Capsule Corp stuff when you're going in there, like just more nods to the fans. Like, you're not catering to casual fans with those nods like that. You're catering to us.
Wow!
So,
everybody's here!
Here in the Battle and Training menu, you've got Battle, Super Training, and World Tournament. World Tournament's probably my favorite mode because you can have like tournaments with
Contestant number 17,
5-man
would
teams,
you like
and
to give a comment?
you've got all kinds of different
I wonder who I'm gonna be
types of
fighting first.
tournaments, just like in the show.
Calling all challengers. Any fighters out there who think they've got what it takes?
And each one of these tournaments has different settings. And all of these settings, you know, you have team battle, which is my personal favorite. You have single battle. You've got full recovery health. You've got no recovery health, which is brutal. You've got 20% of max, which isn't much better. But what you also have is the create a tournament where you can do your own. And what this will let you do, I have a tournament made up here, it lets you set up your own rules. And you can actually choose what characters can be chosen for each tournament. So if you want a tournament that's just androids, it makes it just androids. If you want one that's just Saiyans, you know, it's the same thing. And this is really, really cool. And you can also restrict which characters can be used. So if you don't want any of those dirty, nasty old Dragon Ball Super characters, you can say, screw that, you can't play those guys. And that gets rid of them for that tournament. It's cool, it's neat. If you want just, you know, non-canon film characters, you can click on this. Up here, you can click on this. And, you know, it's just the options are infinite. Not infinite, they're pretty high. So you've got team battle, you've got single battle, and you've got DP battle. And what DP battle does is it gives every character a point scale, and then you can only have characters. I'm not good with numbers, I'm trying to explain this. So if you do DP battle, you're given 15 total points that you can fill up. And you can choose a number of characters equal to those 15 points, but you cannot exceed it. So if you have a character who's like a 5 and another character that's a 10, you can only have 2 characters. But if you have 3 characters that are 5s, you can have 3 characters. That's the best way I can explain it. But basically it just allows you to balance out, so not everybody's playing 4 Super Saiyan 4 Gogetas, you know. So it's cool. A lot of fun to be had in the tournament mode, super fun. So training is exactly what you think it is. It's training mode, but there's some cool stuff here, once again for the fans. And again, this is not a casual fan thing, this is a Dragon Ball fan thing. So I'm only going to show you presentation today, we're not going to do any combat, but I do want to show you this. Because if you're a Dragon Ball fan, you're going to appreciate this. So when you do,
I should have expected you could handle this.
When you do the
If you want to
basic,
improve,
we
you
shut
need
up, I'm trying to
rethink
talk.
your techniques.
So when you do the basic training, like the tutorial stuff,
You're training with me. I won't be letting up.
when you do the basic training tutorial stuff, it's all... Hold on, I'll show you. It's all just Gohan, Goten, and Piccolo. And what that does for a Dragon Ball fan, if you watch the show, you know that Gohan and Piccolo train together. It's just super cool. And like I said, once again, this is a Dragon Ball fan thing.
Just as hard as my big bro.
If you're a Dragon Ball fan, you know, hey, Gohan and Piccolo train. This makes a lot of sense. Now, of course, you do have the regular training mode, which will allow you to, you know, try any character you want, try your combos and special moves, stuff like that. But the basic tutorial mode is Gohan,
this is
Goten,
getting exciting
and Piccolo.
already.
And I think that's really cool. I think that's really neat. And then battle is just your basic one-on-one or team. It can be 5-on-5,
Contestant
actually.
number 17.
I'll show that
Would
here.
you like to give a comment?
You can have any number of people on your team you want. Here's the stage select. The arrows show that you can change like the time of day. World Tournament just changes whether there's a crowd or no crowd. But for the others, you can change time of day. All the stages are gorgeous. They all look absolutely amazing, and they all have destructible environments, just like the old Tenkaichi Budokai games. But when you go into a regular battle, you can choose how many characters you want. And how many, I don't know if how many characters you choose depends on or determines how many characters your opponent has, but as you can see, you can choose up to 5. And this is my preferred team at the moment. Having a lot of fun with this team. But you can choose any character. If you go to a character that has a lot of costume options.
Yes!
Not what I meant to do. If you go to a character that has a lot of costume options, you can hit customize and you can change their outfits. You can give them ability items. You can give them, you can decide whether or not they can or cannot fuse. It's really cool because you can fuse and transform in the middle of battle by the push of a button. As long as you have the key, you can do it. It's awesome. It's so cool. If you have 2 characters from the same era that fuse, like Super Goku and Super Vegeta, they can fuse in battle if they're both on your team at the same time. It's super neat. So if you have Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta on a team, they can fuse into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta in the middle of battle. You just have to have the points to do it. And here's a good example of how big the apes are.
Fun begins. Nothing shall
As you can see,
stand in my
they are the
way.
size they are supposed to be. I'm super excited about that. And they're a pain in the ass to fight too, so just prepare yourself for that, because they are not easy. They weren't easy for me, but I suck, so. So that's where most of your time is going to be spent. Most of your time is going to be spent in battle and training, especially if you're an online player. Most of it's going to take place here. But story mode, all your story mode stuff's in this point. And then here's where you get your challenges and your missions. And most of the time you don't even know you have a mission unless you check. And you just end up completing them automatically because
the button I gave
you kind of just start playing.
want to play with me?
You kind of just start playing and don't really pay attention to that. And then you're like, oh, hey, I completed some challenges. I completed some missions. As a matter of fact, you can see I have a notification, which means I
Just the right
completed some I didn't even know about.
Hey, it's you.
And I've got, you know, like 15 here that I haven't even accepted yet. I'll do that later. But you unlock Dragon Balls that way, and that's awesome because unlocking Dragon Balls means you unlock characters, you unlock costumes, etc.,
Get your
etc.
rounds, Annie. Yo!
So here, at the good old Kame house, you click on Shop and Customize.
This is what you wanted to watch, right?
And if you go to shop, you can look at all the stuff you can buy with your Zenny. And that's everything from ability
welcome.
capsules. You can give these ability capsules to individual characters to give them certain ability, or not certain abilities, but to help power up certain abilities
Wish
and
my
certain
husband would
stats,
take me shopping a little more often.
things like that. So these are cool.
Decisions.
Unlockable characters. I've got a lot of money to spend, and unlocking characters is fun, so I'm going to be doing this later.
Wish my husband would take me shopping a little more often.
As you can see, I've already unlocked quite a few. You can also unlock some of these through story mode, so I'm curious as to if there's any
I
reason
get it.
to
You
buy
just
them
want it all, don't you?
unless you want them now, you know, before you unlock them, but I'm not sure about that. We'll have to see. But it's cool.
Well,
Either way,
Did you find something you want?
outfits are the same way. You can unlock these through story mode. Some of them, like these two, these were not unlocked through story mode, even though I passed that
did
point
you
of the
find
story.
something you want?
Bulma, shut up, dude. I'm trying to talk. But anyway, they're here to buy if you want them, and if you want them now, you can buy them now.
Wish
And as
my
you can see,
husband would
there's
take me
plenty.
shopping a little more often.
There are plenty of costumes here. Yeah, we need that. We're buying this right
Big
now.
spender, huh?
Cool, got it. Okay, so
What are you looking for today?
so you can even customize your taunts and emotes in this game because you can taunt and emote during battle, and these let you change the voice that goes with your
I always
taunt.
take my time
Super
when I
cool.
go on
Just
a
another
shopping
tiny
spree,
little thing.
too.
Not a big thing, but it's a cool little tiny little thing you can do whenever you feel like it. You know, if you can even find time to taunt in this game,
Let's get
go
you
for
in
it.
a spending mood.
Background musics you can unlock, and these background musics matter because you can add them to your character's sparking. So when you spark,
I
you can
get
actually
it.
change the
You
background
just want
music.
it all, don't
That's
you?
cool. Super cinematic.
Huh. Wonder
I
if
don't
I
know what
could
these
use
are.
this too.
I'm not gonna act like I do.
Oh yeah, I've got.
And then
this
you've got your
too.
player cards. A lot of customization options here too. If you go shopping,
Yo!
that's one thing. But if you go
Starting
over
up,
to
old man.
customize, that's where the fun starts. Now, we're not talking changing the colors of your outfits or creating your own character, but we are talking some cool stuff that I feel a lot of fighting games lack. Now, Tekken does it, of course. Tekken has their create a and customize mode, but seeing it in Dragon Ball is just a lot more fun. I got this outfit with the pre-order, so this is the regular Super Goku. This is the one from the pre-order. It just gives him the staff, but it also lets him use the staff. It replaces one of his attacks with a power pole attack. So you can change outfits, you can change your ability items, which are these right here. You can change your fusions and whether or not one is allowed or not allowed. And here's the emote thing I was talking about. So you can change the taunts. So like, here's his base taunt. He didn't
Great,
talk for some
this is
reason.
starting to get
Okay.
real exciting.
Just took him a while. And you can change these. You can change what they say. You can change what the motion that they make. It's neat. I mean, even Yamcha has his own. Where is he? Yamcha, where are you, buddy? Are you in the ground again? There he is. So even Yamcha has like his own custom emotes, like made just for him. It's super cool. Look at this. It's a lot of stuff to unlock in this game. If you're into unlocking stuff, like I am, I love constantly unlocking stuff. It gives me something to work towards. This stuff's cool, especially if you're a Dragon Ball fan. There's a lot here. And I mean, once again, just look at the freaking roster. And just think, DLC hasn't been even released yet. Like, and you know it's coming. But it's great. And I don't care what anybody says about Dragon Ball Daima. Goku from Dragon Ball Daima is super cute.
Hey, how are you?
Then, of course, you've got your player card, which...
On the other hand, if a curvy cutie popped by, that'd be a different story.
You've got your player card, which is fully customizable. You can show off your favorite character. You can show off your title. You can show off your little icon thing. You can show off your favorite background music, favorite stage, favorite mode, all of it. It's super cool. I know I said that a lot, but it's super cool. Also shows your online ranking. I don't do online yet because I suck, but it's really neat. The fact that it's completely customizable is cool to me. I love customization in games, so super cool. Did I mention it's super cool?
Yo!
Then I kind of showed you the gallery earlier because I wanted to show you
Oh,
Encyclopedia,
hi,
but
Goku.
you also
Great to see
have...
you.
Always good to look back on your past work.
My
see how you can
data.
improve.
I haven't clicked on this. I don't know what it is. Oh yeah, I've clicked on this. So basically this just shows you which characters you've used the most and, you know, how many enemies you fought, how many you've defeated, blah, 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 how many damage you've taken, all that stuff. If you're a stat and data person. Yeah, it's cool because it gives you a record of all the stuff you do. And I like that stuff. I like having a record of what I do.
Hi,
The only
Goku.
reason
Great
mine
to see
said
you.
that I'd used Goku the most is because I've been doing story mode. Otherwise, it would be
Wanna see the
probably be
newest
Vegeta or
addition to my
Turles all the way
collection?
across.
Huh. This is interesting.
Theater lets you either watch your replays, which you can save from every fight, or lets you watch the movies. And I'm gonna make a video specifically for the opening movie because it's epic. It has characters from Super, it has characters from Z, it has characters from GT, all fighting each other. It's epic. We've never seen anything like it. I love seeing it. And as far as I'm concerned, everything is now canon. All of it. I don't care. Everything's canon.
See you around.
So, as you can see here, the presentation in this game is just immaculate. If you're a Dragon Ball fan, this game was made for you. It might not be made for gamers. It might just be made for Dragon Ball fans. Some of the battles are hard. Some of them are really hard. Some of them are really easy. Sometimes your camera goes a little wonky in fights. You guys will see that as we continue along. But as a Dragon Ball fan, this game was made for you. 12-year-old me would have died if this game had existed when I was 12 years old. And that's what I hope to show you with this channel. I hope to show you that the perspective from a Dragon Ball fan, not from a gamer. I mean, I am a gamer, but this is a Dragon Ball fan game. And I'm excited to do this journey and have these fights and go through story mode and do all of this with you guys. I suck. I'm not good at it, but we'll get better. Because this is about Dragon Ball, and this game is about Dragon Ball, and we're ready to go.
Sure. See you later, Zenny.
As you
Yo,
can see here,
how
the
goes it?
presentation is just
Okay, see ya.
fantastic. Look at that. That's amazing. Okay, anyway, I'm going to stop
I just
gushing,
wanted to hang
and I'm going to end this video here. But you guys stay tuned, because we're going to do some awesome fights next. We're going to go into training mode and dive into that.
ahead, take
Give you
a
guys an
load.
idea of how everything works, because I'm at least starting to learn it.
And all that.
And let's go. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero.
Go ahead, take a load up. Mi casa es su casa. And all that.